How much does the Pavlovniya grow after the cuts? The Pavlovniya bends but does not break. 10 meters? Really? The result is 10 meters. Come, measure, and see for yourself. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022 record result. They say that if you take care of any variety, it will grow well. Now we will show you how the M1 variety of Pavlovniya has grown. They don't look like each other. This Pavlovniya has been planted for the third year already, 63 cm at the height of 1 meter. The variety is necessarily different. 2 years is cut and now 2 years such as result. Hello dear friends, Muzaffar Alimov is with you. Many people ask after the cut of the Pavlovniya how much does it grow? Now we will measure. Pavlovniya cut last year in the spring, how much did it grow? Previously, the Pavlovniya of the client from Andijan was measured and his result was shown. And these are our employees Pavlovniya. He is from Margilan. Well, Sunatullah, bring a roulette prepared in advance. Show the roulette closer. It is not rigid and whole. Everything is fair with us. Shkrullah, raise it quietly. Who said that Pavlovniya can be fragile? How much it bends but it doesn't break? Approximately 9 meters. Look how thin it is, thinner than my hand. Let's look at the level or not. Release a little lower, even lower. Lower by another 5 centimeters. A little higher still, how many centimeters? 10 meters. 10 meters? Not happening exactly 10 meters? Difference. We have again updated the growth record. 2019, 2020, 2021. The result of 10 meters was achieved from the company Ekozamin, who asked what kind of Pavlovniya. It's necessary to say where to take and plant if you like this result. This is M1 grade. Many people say that it is better to have a variety or another variety, but you need to keep in mind the result. This is the M1 variety. It is not frozen in the cold period. It grows quickly. It was Pavlovniya which raised the highest from the countries I have seen: Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, 2022, March 28 is today's date. These Pavlovniya trees were cut last year in the spring. If someone does not believe such a result, come, measure, and see for yourself. For example, some sell the peacocks under the name of the variety which is grown fast, and we don't meet all of them. But there are, for example, the M1 variety was not bought from us, but they say that it is the M1 variety from the company Ekozamin. If you want to buy the original M1 grade, please contact. If you want to buy the original M1 variety, contact Ekozamin. We will give you original seedlings such as this, inshallah. You can see the results for yourself. 2019, 2020, 2021 is a brand new record. It doesn't happen by itself. Naturally, we are on our own. We will not be able to achieve this without the help of Allah. Allah has given it to us now. Dear friends, If this one was cut a year ago before that is 2 years ago, the cut Pavlovniya, we will show you now if of course this is interesting to you, then stay with us. Here dear friend, they said that if you take a good care of any variety of Pavlovniya, grow well, but this is not the case. Here we are experienced with this Pavlovniya 2 years ago, and they cut off, and this is another place that you saw we cut off a year ago. This Pavlovniya is 2 years ago. You may ask, what kind is it? This variety is Shengtong, is imported from China with a certificate in the form of seeds, and they were planted 2 years ago, but were cut off 2 years ago. 2 years old Pavlovniya. How can I find at the age? The first year she grew up to here. In the second year, they had branches. Everyone is like this, even here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even this one was planted 3 years ago. In the first year, I grew up to here, and in the second year, this branch appeared. Pavlovniya has different varieties, more than 100 varieties. At first we thought that Pavlovniya was Pavlovniya. Then we learned the varieties of Shengtong and Mendoza. Gradually our experience grew on this sphere, and the experience expanded. What varieties and what kinds are there, we began to find out. These Pavlovniya are introduced from the seeds of Shengtong variety. But they are different, the shape is also different from each other. And this is one has a different leaf shape, and this is one this is one had a different shape, even that one that other is how many seedlings you see here, they all differ from each other. Now we are thinking of cutting all these seedlings from below, and we'll show you the process of growth, the difference between them. Now I'll show you how it grows grade M1. Here we have good soil, the water is close, and there is another plant Pavlovniya. Now I will show you a difference. This Pavlovniya, and earlier I showed here to you 3 years ago how we planted here and cut her off 2 years ago. In 2 years she grew up like this. Bring a measuring tape, measure the circumference. Here is the height of 1 meter and circumference is 63 centimeters. It is 2 years and it was cut off. And thus that you saw, we also cut off 2 years ago. But we will measure that circumference now. Here the difference is the most one is thick. Now we will measure at a height of 1 meter. (28 centimeters), 3 years from the date planting, 2 years from the date of the technical cut. The variety of Pavlovniya is necessarily different. Difference. Do not make mistakes when choosing a variety. Plant the more good, productive varieties God grant you, and you will have a good result. Let's get acquainted with the results of the plant exactly here. She is also 2 years old. Here are difference. To here too from the day planting 3 years, and from the day of cutting 2 years. We will also measure on at the height of 1 meter. The circumference is 53 centimeters by 10 centimeters less than that, but is at a height of 1 meter, but the height is higher and more beautiful here. Difference. You can see the age looking over this. In the first year, she grew by 9 meters, and in the second year there were branches 2 years from the day of the cut. In 2 years showed like this result. And this one grows nearby. We experimented on it, and they left after those cuts 3 branches that sprang up after the technical cut. There were many branches, but they left only 3 branches, and this one left only 1 branch. The result of being left with 1 branch is better than being left with 3. If you plant and cut it off, the branch will not grow after leave 3 or more branches. Leave only 1 veteran, and that's enough. This one has grown better than this 3. Now we cut off 2 trunks of it. If you are interested in the video, then keep watching it. Hello dear friends, we are located on the territory of the mosque. Pavlovniya tree are planted in the mosque. Many of us meet along the roads, overgrown, not well groomed Pavlovniya trees with crooked trunks and branches, and we get the feeling that I'm not. It is worse planting Pavlovniya. This Pavlovniya, when planting with the right varieties have been selected and agricultural machinery has been used that it's right. That's why inshallah grows beautifully and the result not bad 3 years from the date of planting and from the day of the cut 2 years. Now we let's ask Korayka what interest people and guests of Korayka show. So many people come to the mosque and what interest do the guests show? Please share your opinion about Pavlovniya. Yes, of course, as you'd know that the mosque is a public place. You are almost never deserted. They come from the different neighborhoods. In addition to the guests, they come from another regions. Recently, guests from Samarkand arrived. They were also interested in Pavlovniya, and I gave them your address. They were very interested, and they said that you need to plant Pavlovniya instead of poplars. From popular love, asthma happens in people, and its bad affects others. Today, after prayer and elders, they said that the flowers of Pavlovniya delight the eyes and become joyful, and in the soul during flowering. And the leaves are very beautiful. People haven't seen it before, and now they're surprised. She has no harm. And the leaves, it is used as fodder for cattle. Many have taken away fallen leaves and as food for the cattle and sheep. And flowers are a source of honey from it is very large. If planted along the road, in the hadith, it is said that if travelers will use the shade, trees, or birds will rest on the while sitting, Allah grants many blessings to those who planted these trees. This was said by the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Therefore, it is necessary I recommend planting this tree wherever possible. Last year, the grown seedlings were given to scholars and were planted in the cemetery. Even here, they multiply and new shoots grow, which means shoots are growing too. Yes, they are growing from the roots. Now they are growing in between them. If possible, we advise everyone to plant a tree, only benefit from it, and there is no harm. Everyone who sees it's happy. I do always dua, planted this village. Poplars used to grow in this place. We ourselves, they were cut off is the better side than poplar. Personally, what I should do? Yes, of course. Firstly, during that when the poplar blooms, the poplar flower penetrates through the windows of the mosque into every room and it becomes dusty. It harms many people. Many read that and suffer from the allergies. Wanted to remove poplars, but at the time we didn't talk about Pavlovniya. It was harmful to many people and there are no harmful qualities from the peacocks. You can sit in the sun or in the shade and no ray with the size of a coin seeps through the leaves. You can sit and even purifies the air very much and the air under it's cleaner to breathe easily. It's beneficial from any side, a very good thing. Koreka, bless our company Ekozamin, make dua. The Ekozamin company has been investing in landscaping for several years to our city. This profession brings not only to people, but to everything to our city. This profession brings not only to people, but to all living things created by Allah. In our religion, people like you will be rewarded by Allah. So it is said that in the Bible, may Allah reward each of you who works in the creation and greening of our region. May He grant you many blessings and riches and grant many blessings to your deceased to ancestors. And may the Almighty Allah grant your employees and you for your work and contribution to the development of our city. All grow up and reward everyone, and may Allah be pleased with you. Amin. Thanks.